Hello everyone, and once again, welcome back. Thought I'd do something a little different here today. You guys know that have been following along, you know I've been in the market for a tractor. So today's the video that we show the new piece of equipment in the woodyard, and I'm going to do a little talking about it. It's been extremely windy here for the past 2 weeks. You'll notice it throughout this video, but this is like a week-long compilation of bits and pieces of the new tractor. So hope you guys enjoy me doing a little yapping about it. This is actually Evan at the dealership the day we picked it up. I was very fortunate to have him in town when we was able to go ahead and make the purchase and pick it up. It was very exciting to have him home and be able to get to use the tractor, and actually he was a natural. This is us just getting home. We were unloading the pallet forks from the back of the truck, and we did not waste no time putting this tractor to work. Those of you that haven't figured it out yet,
putting it to work.
This is me saying we're putting it to work on video. This is the Coyote CK2620, and I really was got a load of oak going next door that Evan and his girlfriend split. He split into the bucket and just piled it up on the trailer. Kind of hard to keep up with this video here, but this is us the second day we had it, moving totes of firewood. I've always wanted to make the front of my rows here at the house even. I had it set back because at one time where the rear of the tractor is right now, there was a trampoline there, and we got rid of that when the kids lost interest in it, and now I'm able to go ahead and level the front of the firewood totes out here. This is all my bundle wood, and you notice we look down a lot. We were able to double stack, but even though this tractor, I optioned it with beet juice in the rear tires, we knew right away it was lifting the totes fine. But you'll see me keep looking down because it was extremely wet, and one side of the tractor kept trying to sink in an old sinkhole area here where an old sewer line used to run along the creek. So I was being mindful of that, and we were basically just learning the controls. But we did wind up double stacking, but we were making such a mess here that I just kind of pushed this tote up a little bit with the pallet forks, and we went and got some boards to put under it. I didn't get none of that on film, but we re-lifted it back up, got it leveled out, and the tote you just seen to the left, we went ahead and stacked it on top of that and got that job done right away. And like I said, we were just learning what the tractor was capable of. This footage is actually over at the new oak hunting hole that I've come across, and these are old tree tops from a logging job they had done, and you can see Evans raising it up so we can pull it up over that stump and up over that hill, and then he's lowering his forks down and pulling it on out. And it was another test run. We were pulling logs out with no ballast on the back, but we realized lifting the firewood totes that we were definitely going to have a ballast box on the back of this tractor. This CK2620 was rated at 1,965 pounds at the pins because this has got the rare 4030C loader on it that was actually intended for the Canadian market. But during shortages with supplies we were experiencing a year or so ago, some of these made them into the U.S. market, and they had one of each, but I opted for the 4030C loader just for the extra lifting capacity. And right now Evan's just pulling a bunch of these logs out, and now you see him taking off and running them back up to the front end of the farm where we've got the truck parked. And we were kind of running out of time this day, so we were just dumping them all right here behind one of the old barns, and we were going to go back later and pick them up later in the week. I did option this tractor where the third function ran to the front, and I got a set of pallet forks with it, and like I said before, had the rear tires loaded with beet juice. This is actually a project I had going on next door, where I'm trying to expand the second wood yard. So I went in a couple days before this footage with my little 194T chainsaw and cut all the honeysuckle loose and took a lot of the overhanging limbs out behind the firewood rows in the new wood yard, because one of the whole purposes with the tractor is to be able to start splitting into IBC totes, and that's what we're clearing right here. We're clearing this all back, and this right here, we did this in about 30 minutes, pushing all this brush back against the fence line. This would have taken me most of the day trying to drag this stuff by hand. So this is where the tractor, and you can see it spinning there a little bit, and that's another part where we realized ballast is going to be helpful to kind of plant these tires into the ground a little more, get a little extra weight. And you'll see later in the video that we did make a ballast box, and we've got it on the tractor in the end of the video, and it made a huge difference. So stay tuned for that video coming up where we do a DIY project with the ballast box. But it did a great job pushing all this brush, and I was very, very happy with how this ended up. And as you can see, the tires are really, really wet underneath because of the brush and the underbrush. There was a lot of vines on the ground. It is actually staying wet all the time, so we wanted to get this cleared back so the ground would dry out, and so the sun can get in and hit it, because this area is going to be where I'm going to start staging all of the IBC totes that I'm going to be able to split directly into now, and then lift them up with the tractor and take them next door and do a lot less handling of the firewood. Not sure how much footage of this I've got here, but Evan's trying to be gentle. Last thing he wants to do is run a stick through the grill of the new tractor, but I know I didn't get any footage of it because after a little bit, Evan said, "You need to try, Dad," and I got on there and got a little bit more aggressive with the brush and pushed it all back. But Evan did a great job. You'll see here in a little bit. He's going to back drag it all and got it pretty smooth. What an amazing job though it was doing here, pushing this brush. I'm just glad Evan was home on spring break and got the chance to get some seat time on it. He deserves it as well as I do. So it was almost as enjoyable for me to sit here and watch him get to run it and enjoy it as well, because that's probably the reason there wasn't a lot of footage right away. I was just enjoying the moment, spending the time with him, wasn't really getting the camera out a lot, just trying to take it all in. As you can see right here, he's behind this big clump here. There's a bunch of big hedge Osage orange branches in there, and right before the footage you're seeing right here, I got on the tractor and really rammed it all back against the fence. And now Evan, like I said, is just now back dragging everything. is going to be where we stack IBC totes now. I can probably go 3 totes wide, plenty of sun and plenty of wind. And here is some footage of me about a week later, after some rain and stuff like that. It dried out finally, and I got back to the oak honey hole spot and was picking up the logs that Evan staged for me. And you will also notice here that there's now a ballast box on the back of the tractor. I call it a ballast box. It's actually a ballast barrel that Evan and I made in the garage, and I'll have a video coming out probably after this one on how we made that for those of you interested. But I can already tell what a difference it made. Just loading these logs, I was a lot more confident. The back tires weren't bouncing off the ground, and I'm still getting used to the controls here. I have had quite a little bit of tractor experience in my life, but not much loader and hydraulic experience. Most of my tractor experience was working for farmers and doing some disking or pulling hay wagons and stuff like that. I do not have much loader experience. It is a little bit more challenging with pallet forks, but they do work. But you see me kind of jerking the controls a little bit, trying to get them to come off real slow instead of just dumping them. I got a good base down in the trailer before I start adding the bigger logs to keep them from hitting the floor so hard. But and you'll see me very new at this. Go backwards, like right there. I went the wrong way on the forks and smashed them into the ground. But hey, that's all part of it. You guys are going to see me learn as I go right here on video. I am in the market eventually for a grapple. That's why I had third function ran to the front of this tractor with that in mind. I was unsure on what kind of grapple I wanted at the time I purchased the tractor, so I didn't know what the dealer had to offer, so I did not opt for it at that time. But probably by this fall I'm going to be purchasing one, because this kind of work right here, you'd be able to pinch those logs a lot, keep them more firm in there, and then set them down a little bit more easy and actually place them where you want them in the trailer. But pallet forks was a must with being able to move IBC totes, so for now they are working. Alright guys, I think I'm just going to let you enjoy the rest of the video. And as always, I appreciate you being here. Like I said, stay tuned for the DIY ballast box that we built for less than $100. It was a great project. And I'm not going to get into details on the tractor as of yet. I will do a kind of a review video after I've owned it for a while and let you know what I like and dislike. But I had 4 major brands in mind because of loader capacity, and I'll talk about that too in another video. But the Coyote is what I wind up going with, and I do not regret it one bit.